Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about confidence. It's such an important quality that can help you in so many different areas, and it's worth cultivating. It's worth being confident. I can tell if someone's confident by their body posture, by the way that they hold themselves. I can tell if someone's confident by the way that they talk, the types of words that they choose to use, how they describe things. Confidence is really like this inner feeling of ourselves. It's a self-perception, how you perceive yourself, what you think of yourself. And that is reflective in, out to the world. Confidence will help you in almost every area of your life. Love, relationships, business, adventure, travel. I mean, gosh, I can't think of any area where confidence kills you. Oh, well, you shouldn't have been confident. That's where your problem was. You see, you fucked up. You went into it with confidence. That was your mistake. I've never heard that before. That's like not a thing. Confidence is where it's at. How do you build it? Is it just natural? I think there is a perceived, from adults down to children, we can perceive that some children, if you observe a group of toddlers, that some may be more confident than others, and you may think that's natural because you don't really know, how confidence it starts. A lot of people don't really realize what their parenting or lack of parenting is doing mentally to their kids. Confidence doesn't come from overparenting. But it also doesn't come from horribly underparenting, letting your kids just run wild, or free-range kids. There's a happy medium of allowing a child to experience the world, to fall down, without a parent, without mommy running over, saying, let me help you, to allow the kid to try to get back up. Allow the kid to experience certain minor traumas as a baby so they can understand that they can handle life. They can meet life. They can get back up and get at it. And these are important, valuable lessons. And with overparenting, overprotective parents, a lot of times they can zap the confidence out of their kids. The kid doesn't really get a chance to experience their own strength or weakness, to overcome weakness, to man up, to try to use your determination to accomplish a goal. It's such an interesting thing to watch a baby trying to walk. And they fall down and they try again, and they fall down and they try again. Confidence comes from just simply putting in work over a long course of time. So, say for example, I've become confident in the gym. I'm confident working out. I don't need a trainer. I've studied for years and years, decades in fact, on this stuff. Various ways to do exercises, different kinds of exercises, the proper form, how muscles work, what muscles are working with which exercises. You name it, I have studied it. And that may help me build confidence. Being in the gym helps me build confidence. You all remember your first day of school. Many people are horribly anxiety riddled and filled with all kinds of thoughts. It can be a pretty nerve-wracking day, your first day of school, to a school you've never been to. Or your first week living in a new neighborhood, if you've moved to some place you've never really had much experience. That happened to me when I moved to Florida. I didn't know anything about Florida. I moved here. I didn't have any friends here. I wasn't visiting Florida regularly and decided, I want to move here. I picked a spot on the map and moved there kind of randomly. It was really scary. I didn't know anybody. I don't have any family anywhere near here. No friends. But now, shit, I mean, it just feels like home. And why does that transition happen? Because of experience. Same with your first day of school. You're horribly nervous the first day of school, and then after the first 6 months, you got friends, you got yourself a little crew to hang out with, and it's like you've been there forever. You know the hallways, you know where everything is. You've gotten used to it. So putting in work. I'm no longer unconfident at the gym. The gym doesn't make me nervous. That level of suffering, the induced suffering of hardcore weightlifting doesn't make me nervous. It used to. Just the idea of it. You got to put in work. Experience. When I first started my motorcycle shop, I didn't really have a lot of experience with motorcycles. And I had ridden one. I owned a motorcycle. But I wasn't a mechanic at another shop. I hadn't been doing it for years and years, and then finally decided to go out on my own, which would have been the natural progression. That's naturally what would happen. You become the lead mechanic or the top fabricator at another shop, and then eventually, after 10, 15 years, whatever, you could go out on your own. That's normally how it would happen. I just decided one day, sitting in the fucking ghetto of Los Angeles, the jungle, I want to start a motorcycle shop. And I did it with almost no experience, little business experience. A lot of people thought I was stupid. People laughed at me. I had very little support. Even my own best buddies. They weren't like, awesome, bro. That's fucking awesome. Nobody even came to visit the shop. Nobody cared. They just rolled their eyes. Whatever, dude. Okay, sure. And I started this business with no experience in a field that, I didn't really know much about. And I did have confidence issues in the beginning. And I heard people talking shit. All of them, Jesse James and all of them. They all talk a gang of shit about Sky. They all talk shit about Sinister. You hear about those motherfuckers over at Sinister? They ain't shit. Their bikes ain't shit. Those guys ain't doing nothing. Those motherfuckers ain't nothing. I heard all of that stuff. I'm not stupid. I heard it all. And it affected me. But one thing that kept me going is I know in my heart that I know what's cool. And I had a custom motorcycle shop. I know what's cool. I know how to be a tough guy. I know this shit. I know how to ride a motorcycle. I grew up around bikers, and my dad was a Hell's Angel. You guys are all a bunch of little trust fund babies. Jesse James and them, they're living off he's living off his wife's money. For real. His first wife. She had money. She was rich. She bought him his bikes. She facilitated that whole career. She helped him start his career, and he went and dumped her. You know who also did that? Was Jim Carrey, the comedian. And I think Jim Carrey's funny. Jim Carrey had this high school sweetheart wife. Complete tangent. But they got married, and he was nobody. He got his first gig. He became a comedian. He got successful. She supported him, literally, financially supported him, helped him when he was a starving comedian, starving actor. Could have went and got himself a job at a gas station, but no, I want to do this, baby. And she's like, okay. And she helped him out, stood by him since high school. She was like his sweetheart. And then Jim Carrey got famous. He blew up. The motherfucker became a millionaire. Pet Detective and all that shit happened, and bam. Bitch was to the curb. Get the fuck out. I got to find me a little hot model wife. You ain't happening. A lot of guys do that shit. There's nothing to do with what we're talking about. Confidence is something that it has to be cultivated like a plant. You have to pay attention to it every day and work towards it every day. That's what I'm talking about, putting in work. That added work that you put in builds confidence. So back to my motorcycle shop analogy, after 22 years of owning a motorcycle shop and going through all the roller coaster rides of business, of the economy, all the failures that normal business people go through when they're not smart enough to have a plan to start. I've made all the mistakes. And 22 years later, I know this industry. I could teach a class about this at Harvard. I may not be the most successful, but I know this. I know the motorcycle industry. I've studied it. I've been in it. I've been swimming in these waters for decades now. I know everybody in the industry, from Miami to Seattle. I've paid my dues. And sure, it feels like the Titanic right now. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not suggesting anybody go out there and follow in these footsteps. The motorcycle industry is volatile right now. We don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of a scary time in this industry. It's all kind of falling apart. But I know this shit. I know this industry better than I know anything. And that confidence, you can't tell me, you can't come in here and sit in there and teach me about the motorcycle industry. This is something that I know. I'm an expert in this. More than most people that you probably have ever talked to before. And that confidence, I have a lot of confidence in this. You come to me with me if you come down to Daytona. I'll take you around at Bike Week. You'll see. I have a lot of confidence in this industry. And that's only come from putting in work, that daily grind, all the mistakes, trying to get back up after I've fallen down, doing it again and again and again and again. Repetition. We build strength through repetition. Remember that, and I'll end it here. That's how you build confidence, is through repetition. Thanks for watching.